3, 2, 1, 0.
Hey, you! Yeah, you! Come here for a minute. I want to talk to you. Mama says you're brain dead, bang your head against the wall. Can't find peace of mind, brain needs an overhaul. Bonehead, brain dead, we're all the same. You can't think straight when your heart is in pain. Turn around, hit the ground, time to lay your burden down.
The views expressed on this broadcast of the Take 12 Recovery Radio Show are those of the co-host and guest and do not necessarily reflect those of our affiliates. The topics and opinions on today's show should not be considered as medical, psychological, or professional advice. Take 12 Radio is not affiliated with any particular 12-step fellowship. And now, here's your host,
The man.
Yes.
The myth.
Yes.
The legend.
Yes, that's right.
the Monty Man.
I'm telling you the truth, man, I ain't
Gonna lie to you.
good guys, bad boys,
We're all the same. Saved by grace is the name of the game. Turn around, hit the ground. Time to lay your burden down.
Why the dog?
The doggy go. And the rat dog go.
Oh, no. Chihuahuas are not dogs.
Welcome to the Take 12 Recovery Radio Show, the great reality. The Loud Italian is here.
He wrote those down.
Tony is here. The silent cowboy is here.
Yeah.
Marv is here. Denver the Wolf E. He is not here. He is taking a class on coding or insurance coding or I don't know, something like that. I think that's what it is. I'm not sure. Denver, we miss you. Come back to us.
What is with the dog?
I don't know. Christian Life Prison and Recovery Ministries presents the 5th annual Conquering Grounds Music Fest.
Oh, my God. It's going to be doing that all day.
It is is a benefit to help fight addiction. Now, this is a free event, and it is going to be at the Christian Life Center, 3100 Galloway Road in Bensalem, Pennsylvania. What is the date? Oh, September 9th. No, yes. Saturday, September 9th, 12 to 6 p.m. The Cantinas will be playing. KJ52 and 424 will be there. Please check them out at musicfest2017.org. And
I like that name, 424.
do you like that name?
Yeah.
424. And the 6th annual, speak it, Sparky,
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Hope Fest. Hope Fest is coming up. Save the date. Saturday, October 14th. Can you say October 14th? October 14th.
1-4. 1-4.
10 a.m. to 8 p.m. at the Prescott Courthouse Plaza. Live music, local national recording artists, guest speakers, free family fun zone, the Hope Search Community Resource Fair, food vendors, and Take 12 Radio will be there.
Oh, now you have me doing it. Dang it.
And so much more. Please go to hopefestaz.com and check that out. Check that out.
Groovy.
Check that out.
Oh, Dad, I have to eat my microphone.
Yeah.
Stop right there.
Oh, Jesus.
It's time for Monty Man's Weekly Wine.
I like that. Oh, Marv, we're in trouble this hour.
Yeah. All right. It's time for my weekly wine. This week, handicap parking and the silly pizza guy. Are you ready?
No.
All right.
The look.
I'm ready.
Are you ready?
You're right for everything.
Yeah.
Because you're the silent
Are
cowboy.
you? All right. So I want to know something. Now, listen, I have a handicap permit. because I have terrible back. My hips are bad. I cannot walk long distances nor stand for a real long period of time. I do not use my handicap parking permit if I don't need to. If I'm in a pretty good space that day, and sometimes I press in because, the body that's in motion stays in motion. So sometimes I force myself to walk a little further. It's good for you.
Yeah.
But there are occasions when I'm not able to do that. I don't understand what's up with, you have these grocery stores and these restaurants that have, 8 or 10 van only or wheelchair only handicap spots, right, that are the closest to the front door. And all the regular handicap spots are a mile away from the front door. Now look you're in a wheelchair. You're in wheels, dude. You're not having to walk very far.
You're going there with that.
You don't have to walk very far. I do. Shouldn't the regular handicap spots be closer to the door?
Yeah, because they do have an advantage.
They do.
And they're not even that much bigger.
And you have those striped zones in between a couple, because for a van, especially if it opens on the side, they need to get the wheelchair out if they got one of those Tommy lifts. I get that. That is vitally important. But if you're already mobile, why are you closer to the door than the guy that has to walk?
Because
and let me tell you something.
America.
Let me tell you something. Very seldom do you see anybody parked in those. But everybody's parked in the other ones a mile from the front door, and they have to walk that ways. I don't like it. I'm whining.
Or you have the ones that are still in the wheelchair that park in your guys' spot and don't use theirs.
They don't use the wheelchair one. Now, I will tell you, however, if you do not have a wheelchair access permit and you're parking in the wheelchair one, shame on you.
Happens all the time.
That is, you should not be doing that. But I understand if you are complaining, because I'm complaining.
Would
it's
a
my
horse
weekly
count?
whine. Huh?
Would a horse count, Mark? As like a wheelchair only?
A handicap. You see a horse coming out of a van carrying some poor handicap.
Right? Out the trailer.
Jiminy Christmas.
Do you see my point, though, Marv?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, I mean, it's just not.
That's it.
So I went to Disney
But
World.
Another thing, Monty, how many people do you know that have the disabled thing you hang on the mirror
Yeah,
that aren't really disabled?
they're not really disabled.
I know of a couple.
Do you?
You look for me.
No,
No, I have one though.
How do they get those? I mean, I had to prove that I couldn't do somersaults with my doctor before she'd sign me off on one.
Okay.
well, I think there's some people that need them for a little while and then they get healed,
Oh, and then they just keep them.
and
Like
then
the
they
red
just
ones.
keep them.
That's
Yeah.
not right. No. If you can walk. I mean, and I try to do that. But, on the days when I can't, I'm like, there's nobody in these parking spots. But as soon as I park in one, $500, man, I'm going to get a ticket. Because they have these little old ladies that are handicapped driving these little meter maid carts around.
Are you serious?
Oh, yeah, they're volunteers. And they drive them around at random. They don't have too many of them. But in the state of Oregon, they're around. And they'll putt around. And if they see you and you're parked, you don't have the thing in your window. Or I think in Oregon, I don't know how about other states, but it's red. If you have a wheelchair, it's a red one.
Oh, okay.
So if you don't have a red one hanging off your mirror and you're parked in the wheelchair thing, you're going to get a ticket. And I get that. You should get a ticket. But darn it, put a couple more of the regular ones closer to the front door. Please, somebody. Please. I would appreciate it.
And old ladies are scary already. I can't even imagine these old ladies.
So I was in Disney World a few years ago with one of my board members, Brent Cook, and we noticed that the handicap spots were miles away. I mean, they were literally a good city block. And if you look at it, when you're talking a New York City block, you're talking about quite a distance. You're not talking about 25 steps. You're talking about 300 steps. I mean, but they were a good city block away from the entrance. What was at the entrance, though, was bus loading zones and luggage loading zones.
Well, of
and all
course, they
sorts
need to
of
make
stuff.
money.
Right. But the handicap things were so far away.
Yeah, because they don't care.
But right next to them, $75 an hour, for a little putt-putt that you could putt around.
Oh, Jesus.
You know, so they're making money, I guess. All right, so there's my whine about handicap parking. And if you're parking in handicap parking and you're not supposed to be, or you shouldn't, you know better. That is very not nice.
Not nice.
Not nice at all. The silly pizza guy.
Yeah, where did that come from?
All right. I have just about had enough of the silly pizza guy.
I know.
So you go to a pizza restaurant. Now I'm not a mathematician. I don't even do math well. You go to a pizza place. Now listen to me carefully. I order a large pizza, right? A large half pepperoni and half pepperoni and sausage.
Oh, is that too difficult?
Okay.
Uh-huh.
Well, you wouldn't think so. Right. So now.
Remember where I work, though.
Right. So the reason I ordered that is because I'm about to switch it up. The people with me only want cheese. So if I order half cheese and half pepperoni and sausage, they can't. They don't. They're going to charge you. I mean, it's weird. So this is what I told them. I want double double pepperoni on the half that has pepperoni and sausage.
Okay.
Okay, I want double pepperoni.
Just so they put it on there.
Right. So I want all of the pepperoni. Charge me for the pepperoni pizza. Not just a cheese pizza. Charge me for pepperoni. And take the pepperoni from the left side and put it on the right side with the other pepperoni. Now we have double pepperoni and sausage on the right side. Do you think they can do that?
Nope.
Oh, we can't do that.
Why?
Why can't you do that? Well, it's against our policy.
What
policy? When they point to a sign as if it has a personality or something. What? Now, we'll charge you for double pepperoni. I go, why am I getting charged for double pepperoni? I'm paying for a full pepperoni pizza. Take that one half and just move it over. I don't get it.
We even cut burgers in half. That's how far we go.
Do you really?
Yeah.
At the Golden Arches?
We have, that's retarded.
So, but you can't go in and say, I like a cheese pizza and put pepperoni and sausage on one half. Then they go, well, then it's not a cheese pizza. I go, all right, fine.
Was that Abby's?
Huh? I don't want to say who it is.
It was Abby's.
But just about anywhere I go. You know, people behind the register today, they look at you like if it's not on a sign, they don't know what to do. They can't figure it out. You know,
I don't know why
you order a
sketches me
salad.
so funny.
You order a salad. Can I have extra dressing? They'll go, what?
That's $1.50.
What? Yeah, I just like a little extra dressing. Yeah, you're right. It's $1.50. Yeah, but the whole bottle of Wishbone only costs $1.
I know. Sometimes 99 cents. I know.
So there's my
Oh, Lord.
there's my weekly wine.
That just caught me funny.
I just don't understand.
I don't understand either. We cut burgers in half, but you can't put the other pepperoni on the other side.
Just move it over.
Marv, is there any cowboy logic?
We can't do that.
I'm trying hard to come up with something, but I'm going blank.
Well, and here's the excuse I got at one place. I'll tell you who it was. It was Pizza More.
Oh, I've been there once.
Okay, I love their pizza, but this is what they said. The computer won't do that. I said, I didn't know the computer was making my pizza. I mean, the computer won't do that. Well, it won't ring up like that. I go, no. Listen to me.
Lord.
Listen to me, lady, our pizza guy. Listen to me. Charge me for a pepperoni pizza.
Was Pizza More?
Yeah. Charge me for the whole pizza. And the guy behind the counter on the other side just takes his little fingers and puts half the pepperoni on the other half. The computer doesn't even have to know. But the computer will find out and they'll tell on me. I don't understand.
Oh, Jesus.
All right, we'll be back. We'll be back right after this. Listen to this very important message, and then we'll come back.
Turn around, hit the ground, time to lay a burden down.
Hey there, it's the Monty Man, and it's that time of year when we ask for your financial support to help keep the oldest recovery talk and positive music radio station on the air. In addition to our monthly expenses, this is the time of year our major renewal fees come due for our websites and other broadcasting essentials. Because we are a listener-supported radio station, we are able to keep advertising to a minimum to allow more broadcast time for issues of recovery and learning to develop a better quality of life now that we are clean and sober. If you enjoy our programs and have found value in them, we ask that you consider a donation. No amount is too small, and it's easy to donate. Simply visit our main website at www.take12radio.com and click on the donate button at the bottom of the page for information on how you can be a part of this vital work in keeping Take 12 Recovery Radio on the air. Thank you for your consideration, and may God bless you.
And now,
Here we go.
it's the quiz of the week.
Well, once again, it's time to play everybody's favorite trivia game, Take 12 Trivia, brought to you by that award-winning recovery magazine, the 12-Step Gazette. Visit their website at 12stepgazette.com. Now take it away, the infamous Monty Man.
By the way, infamous is not a good thing. There was a band called the Infamous Soul Band. It was a faith-based rock band. Infamous. So I looked up infamous. Infamous means that you're famous, but not for good reason. You're a mass murderer or a thief or something.
Or a serial killer.
Or a serial killer. The infamous Monty Man. Definitely the man, the myth, the legend. The infamous. Thanks a lot, Cecil. All right. Spider trivia.
Oh,
this
no,
week.
why? No,
Spider trivia. Okay, if you get it wrong, the spider goes. If you get it.
I didn't want to stick around to hear a spider.
Spider trivia gives new meaning to getting on the web.
Very nice. Very nice. Very nicely done.
Very good.
From the silent
You
cowboy.
can't gnome.
Yes, you can gnome. In the venom of the female black widow spider, or is the venom of the female black widow spider more potent drop per drop than a rattlesnake? Yes or no?
Oh, yeah, duh.
Think
Do you
so?
see what they do? They kill people.
What do you think? Well, so do rattlesnakes. What do you think, Marv? Drop per drop, is it more venomous than a rattlesnake?
You should know this one. I'm sure
should?
you ran into a lot of rattlesnakes.
Not a lot.
Just because he wears a cowboy hat? Well, that's a stigma.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, I'm going to go.
That's you're racially profiling him.
Damn cowboys.
You're being racist. You're being. Hey, listen. No, I better not.
And he has his
Never
boots
mind.
on, too.
I was going to say something, but I'd get way too much trouble. Yeah. So, what do you think, Marv?
Okay, I'll go with the spider.
Yeah. You guys are right. Yeah, drop per drop, it is more venomous than a rattlesnake. Do spiders have more legs than crabs?
Why math? Why math? Math and spiders do not mix. You go first. You're counting
no.
too, aren't you?
You say no? Okay. They say they're
So spiders
Loud
supposedly have
Italian.
8 legs, and I think crabs have 4. So I'm going with the spider.
so you think they have more legs than crabs?
Uh-huh.
Well, you're wrong. Sorry.
Oh, how
You
did
get the
you know
spider
that?
fluff. Crabs have 10 legs. Crabs have 10 legs. Spiders have 8.
I'm going to have to look that up.
Yep.
You're going to have to give us a leg up on that
Oh, it's going to be one of those shows. I love it. That was a dying dog.
Spider's silk is approximately twice as strong as a steel strand of the same diameter. True or false?
True. I ran into one today on the way here. Those things are evil. Spiders are evil. I hate this straight
But you
up.
think if you ran into a steel strand that was the same diameter, that would have the spider silk would have been as strong?
I don't know.
What do you think?
I think the spider is stronger. No?
A spider silk is approximately twice as strong. Oh yeah, stronger?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, is that what you said? Okay. Yeah, what do you think? What do you think, Marv? Just say yes.
Yeah.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
You become a karate champ when you run into those ones. Our poor listeners.
Jumping spiders. Don't you love jumping spiders?
No.
Jumping spiders can leap how many times?
I don't want to know.
How many times their body length?
Where do they live?
10 times, 20 times, or 50 times their body length?
I know.
Jumping spiders.
B.
20 times? What do you think, Marv? 10, 20, 50.
10.
It's actually 50 times.
Oh, my
50
God.
times their body length.
They don't live here, do they?
Maybe.
Oh. I'm going to have nightmares.
Can you stop the flow of blood by putting a spider's... You don't even know what I'm going to say. The loud Italian.
Where's Denver when you need it?
Denver!
I don't want to know. I'm not putting a spider on me to find out.
Can you stop the flow of blood by putting spider webs on a cut?
Why? Who does this?
Well, if you're like in the Amazon or something and you cut open your leg.
I just say yes.
Yes? What do you think, Marv?
Okay.
All right, you guys are right. Yes, you can stop the flow of blood.
Who does this? Who did that?
All right, here's your last one.
That's my weekly wine. Who did that?
Yeah, who does that, right? You imagine going to the pharmacy. I'm looking for something to stop the bleeding. Do you have any black widow spider webs?
Oh my God, no.
All right, can spiders get trapped in their own webs?
Oh, why? Why? Sure.
Sure. What do you think, Marv?
Well, when they get old and feeble.
Well, Marv, you're really on track there. If they get disoriented, yes, they can.
Oh my God. Like one
Especially
smart.
if they get scared. If they get, yeah, because
They're spiders.
If they're too high stressed.
Oh,
if they have spider stress.
Well, I've seen dead spiders in their webs.
Yeah.
Did you ask what happened?
They get disoriented and they're unable to differentiate the dead web, what they call dead web, from the web that is still sticky.
Oh my God.
And they get disoriented and they get caught up in it. They have spider stress. Yeah.
There's probably medicine for that, huh?
It's probably. Yeah. You got. Imagine a spider with ADD.
Oh my God, no! And it jumps 100 times.
100 times.
Okay, let's go to the topic. I can't breathe.
Wilbur, take care of my egg sac. Wilbur. Charlotte, where are you going?
Oh my God.
It's time for the end of my life,
Like a bad
Wilbur.
spider movie.
Charlotte's Web. I love Charlotte's Web.
Yeah,
because I like to watch pigs do backflips.
The spider's fake. And now the movie's okay.
Okay, poor Tony. That's the end of Take 12 Radio. What, Mark?
I'm lost.
Are you lost now? Did you ever see Charlotte's Web?
Charlotte's Web?
Huh?
Did you ever see Charlotte's Web? What's wrong with you?
Well, my kids, when they were little, there was a cartoon about it.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, Charlotte's Web.
Yeah.
Delightful.
It's a stress spider.
You know, all the different webs she would weave. Zuckerman's famous pig.
Yeah, she's fake, though.
She's not fake. She's real.
That's okay. I won't say.
Next thing you know, you're going to be telling me Santa Claus is a myth. Shame on you. I'm related to the Tooth Fairy.
Huh?
You want to see?
I can
No.
have.
No. I know where you're going with that. So's Marv, huh?
I can halfway.
Oh
boy.
Oh my God.
I can
Never.
take my tooth fairy out to dinner. Sometimes I've taken my...
Maybe take it to the pizza place.
All right. I think that wraps it up for Take 12.
Did you have spider? Oh,
La 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 la.
that was awesome.
Oh, people that were going to donate are going, we're not giving them no money, man. They ain't getting one red penny from us. All right, patience. Patience is the topic, is the character quality for this week. The opposite quality is restlessness. Here's the definition. According to the character quality book, inspired by the Adult and Teen Challenge program, patience. Learning how to wait to fulfill personal goals. Increasing the time you can wait between achievement and reward. Learning to accept difficult situations as from God without giving him a deadline to remove them. Yeah, really, huh?
Pastor Kelly talked about that.
The scripture verse that goes with this is Romans 5:3-4. We can rejoice, too, when we run into problems and trials, for we know that they are good for us. They help us to learn to be patient. And patience develops strength of character in us and helps us trust God more each time we use it until finally our hope and faith are strong and steady. Okay, so let's unpack this definition of patience. Let's look at the first one. Learning how to wait to fulfill personal goals. What's that? Is that me?
That's
Is that
you.
my phone? Oh, my phone's going weird. Okay.
It has no patience.
So learning how to wait to fulfill personal goals. So first of all, many of us in recovery have a hard enough time setting goals anyway. You know, my dad was big on goal setting, and I didn't listen to him. I wish I had more.
Yeah.
You know, but sometimes we'll set personal goals, right? And then we want them to come to pass when we want them to come to pass, right? You know, my goal today is to make this much money at my job by this time, or to get promoted at my job by the time I've been here a year or whatever. Or a personal goal may be to get married at a certain time. My son just got engaged. So they're looking at, you know, the first set of dates.
Sets?
Well, yeah, because you've got the rehearsal dinner, you got this, you got that, you know, the other thing. And Marcia and I just kind of sat back and watched because we're like, they're going to change the dates on this a million times before they actually get married, right?
Yeah.
So at first they wanted to, you know, we want to do this summer and blah, 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 you know, and then they sat back and they kind of looked at everything and thought, you know, this would be more financially responsible if we waited till the summer of 2019. And then it
That's
changed.
realistic.
And then it changed a couple of times. But learning how to wait to fulfill your personal goals, they don't have to be done overnight.
Yeah.
You ever get impatient about that?
Oh, yeah. No, like I'm trying to get a home loan, but I have to wait because of my credit because I'm doing it on my own, of course, and I ruined my credit. So
you got to build your credit up more
to be able
get your
to
home
do that,
loan.
yeah.
Yeah. So are you a first-time home buyer?
Yeah. This is a rent I put a chunk of money down to set it to lock in the price.
Right.
I won't say how much because it was.
But you've already done that part.
So all I have to get is
that much.
I almost said it over the air.
You have to get that much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's stressful and it's time consuming. And I said by the first next year, but I'm saying it's not going to happen. So.
Does it drive you crazy, Marv, to set a goal and then not have it come to pass when you were kind of hoping it would?
Depends on what it is.
Yeah.
Right now, what's driving me crazy is waiting to get a home.
To get a home, period.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I was thinking while you guys were talking, I don't know if I'm right or not, but don't you think that lack of patience might be the cause of some anxiety attacks?
Oh, I'm sure.
Definitely.
I think you are right.
Because you're wrestling around, you're wanting things to move forward, and
Right.
nothing seems to be happening, and you just, ugh.
Yeah. Yeah.
That is so true.
Things spinning in your head.
Yeah.
So, which brings us to the second part of this definition, increasing the time you can wait between achievement and reward.
Bah humbug.
That's what I was thinking
Right?
about.
Right?
I'm glad you said it. I didn't want to say it.
So you achieve something, like it maybe you surpass the goal, maybe you get there, and you're waiting, especially when it comes to that the promotion's coming. At least you were told it is.
Okay, I'm going to get myself in trouble.
So you fulfilled your responsibilities to get there, and then somebody else got promoted. I think most of us, if we've lived at least till we're 30, have experienced that. Or something similar to that. Maybe it was keeping up with the Joneses. You've been saving your money to re-landscape your yard. You finally got the money, right? And all of a sudden, your car breaks down.
Life happens.
Life happens, and you can't use it. You can't use it for the reward that you've been saving it for. So learning to wait in between the achievement and the reward can be difficult. And you've been there. I've been there. You've been there, Marv?
Of course.
Yeah. A horse
He's
is a
so
horse,
sure.
of course. So, Tony, you were looking really perturbed.
Okay, or you work someplace for 7 years just to make minimum wage all over again.
Yeah. So I get that because at a job.
I have to be honest with my audience. I'm sorry, that just irked me.
Well, I
lot.
worked at a job where I was getting paid not too much more above minimum wage, but more above minimum wage. Then the minimum wage
That's what happened.
went up,
Yes.
right? And my pay did not.
Exactly.
Now I'm making minimum wage.
All over
When before
again.
I was making $1.25 more than minimum wage. Now I'm making minimum wage. Something's wrong with this picture. Right? Yeah, I get you. Amen, sister. It's not right.
I had no patience for that one. So that
So
makes
learning-
me go on to my next goal in life.
Yeah.
Does that make any sense?
Well, here, and then, which brings us this, learning to accept difficult situations, that's a difficult situation, as from God, without giving him a deadline to remove it.
Yeah, I know. We're working on that one.
Right? God.
Marv.
God, Marv. I will put up with this for so long, God. But by this time next year, I expect you to remove the difficult situation. And you will comply. We kind of get
That's
that
what I'm
attitude.
trying not to do.
We can kind of get into that though, can't we? We start
It's
telling
very
God
easily done.
to call the shots. When we know, usually years later, because usually it doesn't happen right in the middle of it, we look back and we go, "Oh, that's why it happened
Yes.
that way."
So I know there's a lesson
And we're
in
grateful.
this. Uh-huh.
Yeah. Your thoughts? Oh, silent cowboy.
Well, I do have a thought.
Yes.
Oh.
And I'm not, I hope it relates. Jesus was on his way to Jerusalem, and he knew what he was facing when he got there.
Yes.
Okay. So in Luke, there's a little short sentence that says, and he set his face towards Jerusalem. Okay. So on the way, he healed people, the blind. On the way, he ministered love to people, talked to them about the kingdom of God. Even though he knew where he was going and what was going to happen, he kept doing the things that his father wanted him to do. Okay? My point is, if you're in a situation and you know what you're facing, are you willing to do that?
You willing to keep trucking?
Keep trucking, yeah.
You are good.
That
No.
is really
That is really good.
That's really
that taught
good.
me a lesson
No,
right there. And yeah,
not
that does really.
that I do that.
Right,
I mean, I try,
right.
fail miserably,
Yeah,
but that's the example set for us.
it is.
As far as, and I don't know that I would use the word patience, but in hard times, troubling times, when everything seems to go completely against you, are you still willing to do what God wants you to do?
Amen.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Can't
that's
argue with
that's
that
really
one.
good. No,
Not at all.
That's really good. So when you do see the bigger picture, are you still going to stay the course? Boy, that calls for integrity, doesn't it?
Right? That was like a reality check.
That's
This
really
one.
good.
That's why I become a silent cowboy.
It's not easy.
No,
No.
it's not.
How many times have I personally, having that knowledge and resisted, thought, no, I'm going to sit here and feel sorry for myself, or
Sure.
the hell with this. I'm going to go have some fun and do what I want to do, type
Yeah.
thing, instead of facing the fact that maybe what we need to do is what God wants us to do.
And that's so true.
And
Because
we want relief from that
Yep.
pressure and that stress and the anxiety and depression that's on us. And so we'll do anything we can think of to do that. But the fact of the matter is to really get rid of that. And you know, in AA, they talk about this, you know, being of service.
Right.
You know, are we willing to do God's work during these times? Because at times, that's the only relief I've ever gotten,
Sure.
is to look out at something that maybe God wants.
And I think this is where one day at a time is particularly applicable.
Yeah.
You know, because I think that as far as sobriety goes, the big book says that we are to be done for good and for all. It doesn't say you don't drink one day at a time. It says you're done for good and for all, but you live life a day at a time. And so I think maybe God is more interested in, no, wait a minute, dude or dudette, right? To go back to a weekly wine there. Wait a minute, guys and gals. I'm interested in right now. You know, things may appear to be not going to come to fruition like you want them to down the road, or they may appear that they are.
Yeah.
Who cares? Are you willing to do the task at hand today, regardless of what your perception of the future is? Are you willing to follow through?
Well,
And I have to say, sometimes I go, like you were saying, Marv, well, heck with it.
Yeah.
Heck with it. I'm not going to get there anyway. Why try? Right? And that is definitely going to send you to go backwards. What were you going to say, Tony?
oh no, I was going to just say, like that next morning when after everything was unraveled, I just looked at James. I'm like, I don't want to go. I don't care anymore. And he goes, go for the people that you are there for, not for the people you work with, which I'm not mad at them anyways.
Right,
It's
right.
upper management thing.
Yeah.
But he goes, go for your guest. And once I finally got into that mindset, when I got there, my whole day got a lot better because I'm not there for the people I work with. I mean, I am.
Yeah,
I'm
and
a team
I
player.
get that. Yeah, you bet. Because I have to be reminded that I'm at my job out at the Adult Teen Challenge Center for those guys.
Yeah. Not for me.
Not for me, not for my employer. You know, I'm accountable to my employer
Yeah.
and all that. But why was I called there in the first place?
And that's
For those
what
guys.
goes with what Marv said.
Yeah, you bet. Boy, and that is hard. That is hard. So here's some questions. We can have some fun with these. Number one, do you buy things before you have the money to pay for them?
Yes.
Yes.
Not anymore.
Not anymore. It's funny how you get to a certain age, you know. It's like,
Well-
yeah, that would be nice, but
Not so much now, but yeah, I do.
Yeah. Do you ever buy tack that you couldn't afford, Marv?
Yes.
Yeah.
By what?
Because it was pretty.
Yeah. Well, no, not because it was pretty, but I have this infinity to buy horse gear and stuff that has been handmade.
Oh,
Oh,
I'll bet. Leather tooled and
Lots of bucks.
yeah,
well, yeah.
yeah.
That's real leather, too. That's not cheap.
So my dad's rule of thumb was, if I don't have the cash,
I know. My dad's going to like
I don't
it.
buy the stash. You know,
Stash. Pardon the pun.
yeah. Well, that was a different term back in his day. You know, and so he was like, he had credit cards. He had every platinum card you could think of, but he never paid one dime of interest because he always had the cash before he bought. But he built his credit up, and he would pay off whatever he bought on his card before the 30 days because he had the money to pay it off. He just used the card to build credit, and then he'd turn around and pay it off. You know, and he tried to teach me that,
No.
but
No.
I would not
same way.
listen.
I know. My dad did the same thing.
Here's another question. Is your primary concern to remove a problem, or is it to see God's purpose in allowing it to exist?
Didn't we just answer that?
Kinda.
Kind of. I go with what Marv said on that one because that was still really good. That actually hit my heart.
Because I'll get myself into a situation, and I'm thinking, well, okay, God's going to work this out, but doesn't he know the timing is wrong? People say, well, it's God's timing. I go, yeah, but he needs to wake up.
Yeah. Like Pastor Kelly said, he's not an on-demand God.
He's not an on-demand God, right?
Yeah.
Right. He's not a cosmic vending machine, right?
That's what I always remember.
Do those around you avoid you when you're going through difficult situations? Stay away from Tony. She's not doing too good today.
That's all I'll say.
The loud Italian.
That's James. Go ahead, Marv. I already answered that.
Does James go, I'm just staying out of your way?
He has learned. I'm sitting here watching TV, petting the kitten and the doggy. I'm good. Oh, my God.
Yeah, I've had people, I've gone, where'd everybody go? They're like, nobody's going all the Oxford free. They're all hiding. I remember years ago, and I'm not a man of volume, really, when I get angry, I pout.
Me too.
I do the silent scorn thing. But I remember when the kids were growing up, there was a couple times I raised my voice and I scared myself. And they went running for the hills. We have an upstairs, and they're just running upstairs and crying because they never hear me do that. And everybody's like, we're staying out of his way. Yeah.
Yeah, James has his tone of voice. Sometimes he'll reach, and it scares me. I won't start crying, but I'll be like, frightened. Like, oh my God, what happened? Where'd that come from?
Are projects more important than people?
Used to be.
Used to be?
I had more regard for the horse than I did most people.
Yeah.
Sad to say.
Was that because people were being sheeple and the horse weren't? People were being ninnies and the horse were behaving?
No.
No?
Horses are honest.
Yeah.
They're not going to lie to you, are they?
No.
Hey, Marv, come over here. I really don't like them oats.
I don't know, Wilbur. No, I mean, God made them a certain way, and you can pretty well count that's how they're going to act.
Yeah.
Sure.
People are not that way.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's for sure. Mm-hmm. That's for sure.
But I've changed my way of thinking. I mean, I don't think that way anymore.
Now, they said that about animals on, like, Pitbulls and Pulleys, that people tend to go to their animals because of the fact that they are very honest and loving and loyal and will never do you wrong. So I understand what you're saying about the horse thing.
Sure. Now, cats, however,
They're
if they don't
evil.
like you, well, they're honest. If they don't like you, you're just going to get swiped across the face with them claws.
Lucifer's very honest.
Is Lucifer? Well, if I was named after the devil, I would probably not like you either. Poor Lucy. Do you experience inward pressure when your plans don't work out?
What's inward pressure?
Anxiety. Marv mentioned it. Lack of patience, does it produce anxiety?
Oh.
When you set up certain plans, and they get changed
Oh yeah, like I've been
inside,
Yeah.
Are you in turmoil? Boy, I do.
I've been trying to go to the coast overnight for just one night
Yeah.
for 2 months now, and
Yeah.
it has not happened yet.
So I'll tell you how severe it can be with me. And it's something that has always been a problem with me. I'm very A plus B plus C. So if I make plans that A plus B is going to equal C, and everybody's on board with it, and then at the very last minute, somebody decides, well, maybe I don't want to do that. Or something. I'm like inside, I'm like, ugh, I'm kind of a mess.
Well, like when I was supposed to go to that concert, I was sick, but
Right.
I felt horrible. And it's just like I got,
Anxiety because you really wanted to go.
and I didn't want to disappoint
Yeah.
you and Marsha.
And so it doesn't happen too much with people outside my family. It's more like if the kids are planning to come and we're going to have a barbecue or something like that. And at the last minute, somebody calls and says, well, we're tired. I mean, what do you mean? I'm 61 years old. I'm exhausted. You're 25. Get your butt down here and have a hot dog.
That's when you just call us. We'll have a hot dog
I'm
with
telling you.
dog. I just
Here's the last one. Are you willing to go through the training and experience required to become more proficient in your responsibilities? Are you willing to go through the training and experience required to become more proficient
He sounded like Jeopardy, didn't he?
in your responsibilities?
No, actually, that's true because I'm actually going back to where I got my free hearing aids, and they have a retraining program to like brush up on my computer skills.
Yeah.
So that's my focus.
Hearing aids? You wear hearing aids?
No, I'm supposed to.
What?
Exactly.
What?
That's why I say that so much. They're uncomfortable. You can hear, but they're uncomfortable.
What'd she say?
Huh?
Say what?
What's the question again?
So are you willing to go through the training? So we think of training and experience is maybe like a job-related thing, but life gives us training. Life has a way of taking us to school, right? Are you willing to go through it to become more patient? We say things like, don't pray for patience. And I'm like, no, you need to pray for patience. Bring it on. And God will bring it on. But it's a good thing to be stretched. It's a good thing to be tested in those. And people say, well, God doesn't test. No, he doesn't tempt, but he does test.
Didn't Pastor Kelly said something about that?
I think he did say something like that.
I think one thing that needs to be made clear, though, is willingness does not necessarily mean that you have to do it perfect.
Oh, heavens no.
And I think for me, when I hear somebody say, well, are you willing? No. But am I going to do it? Yeah.
Exactly.
Right.
So
I get that.
Yeah. I don't do it very gracefully.
Yeah, I think if we wait until we're going to do it perfectly, we will never do it.
Yeah.
And I've used that as an excuse before. Well, I'm not qualified. I can't do that.
You're coming up with some good stuff today, Mark.
I know.
You always do, but still.
Huh.
You've schooled me today.
He's let the wisdom out of the barn.
Right?
Yeah.
Where's the horse?
I don't know.
It's the boots.
Is it the boots?
I think
Is
it's
it
the boots.
Is it really?
Yeah. That's why they call him the silent cowboy.
So patience. The opposite quality, restlessness. And we speak of restlessness in the literature of the Big Book of Alcoholics Anonymous. We use it in the terminology restless, irritable, and discontent. What causes me to be restless, irritable, and discontent? I'll tell you what causes me to be that way when things don't go my way. So what do? Weekly wine!
I can see next one being Burger King. Have it your way.
Yeah, well, they're not really always true to that.
No, they're not.
So restlessness, being restless. I mean, I think of, when I think of that, I think of when I'm trying to sleep in the morning and I just can't do it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I work all week to look
Right.
forward to sleeping in on Saturday morning, and Saturday morning comes and I can't do it. Things are going on in my head. I toss and I turn. Well, we can get that with our lives too. We can move so fast that we even
Or
try to
there
slow
can
down.
be nothing at all going on.
Nothing.
Exactly. And then you're like, what the heck?
That's what causes me to be restless.
Yeah. Nothing's happening.
Yeah.
That's why I
Nothing's
can't
moving.
relax. I can't have nothing going on. I have to force myself to sit down. Yeah. Did you just moan? Oh. I didn't know if it was you or the things.
So, I think sometimes God wants to get our attention by stopping. What was that? The movie "Stop the World, I Want to Get Off" or something like that years ago, or a saying or something like that. I think sometimes God will stop our world because He wants to spend time with us. I know that when I had my hip replacements and I got so sick, it forced me to spend time alone with God, and I hadn't been doing it. Now, I'm not saying God kicked me in the hips to cause me to spend time alone with Him, but He certainly took advantage of it.
Yeah.
And so maybe there's times when nothing's happening, or the times when we need to press in more, But patience, it's been said that patience is a virtue. I don't think it's unattainable. I just think that we make it sometimes harder than it is. I think we definitely do need to pray for it, and then we need to welcome the challenges as they come. And if we'll do that, we'll be, the big book talks about being amazed before we're halfway through, with what? Well, in that particular case, it's talking about that particular step. But,
I love the promises.
But yeah, it's talking about step 9. But it is true. If we will submit to God's timing and not make so many demands on the one that knows better than we do, we will be amazed. And I'm usually not amazed when I'm right in the middle of the restlessness. I'm usually amazed later on, and I look back like we were talking about, and I think to myself, that makes total sense now.
Yeah.
But why is it, after being showed over and over and over again that God knows best, do I continue to doubt? Is it the human condition, Marv?
I think it is.
I do too.
Yeah.
We're controlling.
Yeah, over things we can't control.
Right.
We're so silly.
I know. We don't learn. Well, just like what it says at that part you read at the Keys of the Kingdom, that last paragraph.
The keys of the kingdom, yeah.
We got all that back, and what's the word I'm trying to think of? Anyways, what is that word?
Well, let's find it.
Yes. Just that one last paragraph. In return for the bottle, that's what it is. I think it's 159.
Okay, I found it, and actually, this would be really good to a segue into to our song, our closing song.
I had a good idea.
Of course, you have a lot of good ideas. Which, by the way, is by Jamie Marich, Dr. Jamie Marich. It's called "Stronger Than All Memories," and it's about being abused at a younger age, how she dealt with it. Her patience was tested, and what she did to get through it. It's a very upbeat song. But listen to this. Boy, I'll tell you, this is great. So this is in the Keys of the Kingdom. Whenever I tell my story, when I'm asked to speak, I always close with this. It says, AA is not a plan for recovery that can be finished and done with. Boy, that takes patience, right? Be told that. It is a way of life. And the challenge contained in its principles is great enough to keep any human being striving for as long as he lives. We cannot outgrow this plan. As arrested alcoholics, we must have a program for living that allows for limitless expansion. Keeping one foot in front of the other is essential for maintaining our arrestment. Others may idle in a retrogressive groove without too much danger, but retrogression can spell death for us. However, this isn't as rough as it sounds. as we do become grateful for the necessity that makes us toe the line, for we find that we are more than compensated for a consistent effort by the countless dividends we receive. A complete change takes place in our approach to life. Where we used to run from responsibility, we find ourselves accepting it with gratitude that we can successfully shoulder it. Instead of wanting to escape some perplexing problem, we experience a thrill of challenge and the opportunity it affords for another application of AA techniques, and we find ourselves tackling it with surprising vigor. The last 15 years of my life have been rich and meaningful. I have had my share of problems, heartaches, and disappointments, because that is life. But also I have known a great deal of joy and a peace that is the handmaiden of an inner freedom. I have a wealth of friends, and with my AA friends, an unusual quality of fellowship. For to these people I am truly related. First, through mutual pain and despair, and later through mutual objectives and newfound faith and hope. And as the years go by, working together, sharing our experiences with one another, and also sharing a mutual trust, understanding, and love, without strings, without obligation, we acquire relationships that are unique and priceless. There is no more aloneness with that awful ache, so deep in the heart of every alcoholic that nothing before could ever reach it. That ache is gone and never need return again. Now, there is a sense of belonging, of being wanted and needed and loved. In return for a bottle and a hangover, we have been given the keys of the kingdom. Whew.
I love that.
That's powerful stuff. That's powerful stuff. Here's Jamie Marich with Stronger Than All Memories. Jamie Merritt, Stronger Than Old Memories. Listen, folks, thank you so much for tuning in. Remember, if you would be so kind to consider a donation to keep Take 12 Recovery Radio on the air, we would appreciate it so much. It means so much to so many folks. Just visit take12radio.com, go to the bottom of the page and click donate, and it'll give you the instructions on how to do that. Listen, and if nothing else, please keep us in your prayers. This is vital work. Until our next broadcast, this is the Monty Man, and we're wishing God's perfect serenity for you. Bye-bye now.
Good guys, bad boys, we're all the same. Saved by grace is the name of the game. Turn around, hit the ground, time to lay a burden down.
This has been a broadcast of KHLT Recovery Broadcasting.
Cause she's a super cat, she's super kitty, meow.
Here, kitty, 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 kitty. Meow.